give God thanks for all of our wonderful speakers. I give God thanks for all of our wonderful speakers who have reminded us today to be in solidarity, to be determined, to be courageous and disciplined, to keep the faith as we let folks know that black skin is not a bullseye. Black skin does not require bullets. Black skin does not require bombs. Let folks know that black lives have always mattered, do matter, and will always matter. So I just stopped by to remind us, that in this critical season, we have to remember not to be tempted. Even Jesus was tempted by the devil when he was in the wilderness. And in our wilderness season, we cannot be tempted to go back to business as usual. Business as usual activism, business as usual caution, business as usual cold politics. We cannot go back to business as usual. We must speak up. We must say it loud. We must use our vote and use our voice. We must rise up. We must rise up. We must rise up. We must rise up. Or we are not. We are leadership. We are and to give love. We are free to give unconditional love, uncompromising love, radical love, revolutionary love, sisterly love, brotherly love, black love, black love, black love. Hallelujah.
A poet far greater than I to begin what I have to say to you today. That poet, you may have heard of her by the name of Maya Angelou. And Maya Angelou said something I think we need to consider right now in this moment in history. That is, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. Can I keep it all the way real with you? Black America, we are in an abusive relationship. This relationship is with a governmental system who has shown us who they are time and time again. 50 years after Selma, there shouldn't have to be no freedom riders. What will you tell the children 50 years from now in 2065 about your unwillingness to learn from history? I'm not going to say something popular here today to y'all. It's not going to be kind or friendly. But I will tell you the truth. Sometimes we look at this situation that we're facing in America as black folks and say, well, if we just accept things as they are and accept them as they are, it's giving them hope. I'm telling you that perhaps God's call is not for hope, but for you to rise to maturity. You got to see things how they actually are in this lifetime. We black folks are not immigrants. This was not a relationship of seduction to a land that baited and switched on its promise to us. This thing started as a kidnapping. It started as abuse. There's a syndrome called Stockholm Syndrome, where you fall in love with the entity that kidnapped you. Today, that the children of the enslaved Africans are suffering from that very syndrome. And a problem that started on not one, but 3 continents, the triangular slave trade. You're trying to solve your problem just here in America. This is a global issue, and I think we need to look at this problem globally. I'm not here to breed divisiveness. Ferguson PD did that. Michael Brown's mama paid them taxes for the police to shoot her children dead in the street. I ain't come here to mention no words with you. What I will say to you is this. When it comes to love, what about self-love? What about the kind of love that you bring to yourself to stop you from becoming than you already are. I remember a story about an abusive relationship. A woman by the name of Annie Mae Bullock. You know her as Tina Turner. Now, was she not the backbone of the operation? Was she not the strength and the force behind the power? Was she not entitled to everything that her abuser ever built in her name, sweat, blood, and tears? But did she have to walk away from the situation to save her own life? For my allies in the room, and those who would stand in solidarity with us, your allegiance will not be accepted without you fulfilling the terms of your allegiance. You need to have hard conversations with your brother when we are not in the room. Self-love looks like our people saying no more of this. Children cannot be raised in firing ranges. This is why the maternity ward and the gun shop are miles apart. I will not be on this soil to raise another generation of victims. Right now, in this moment in history, you come to grips what is before you, or you suffer the consequences of not acknowledging the truth of who you're dealing with in this time. Self-love, the platform of the NAACP, has the ability to create a nationwide set of actions all at once, whether it looks like a march, whether it looks like something that has solidarity with our brothers all around the world. But you have the mechanisms that we need, breaking down the walls of the penitentiary. I'm so glad you said something like that. Right now, what I'm going to do is leave you with this note. If you cannot do it for yourself, do it for your children. You will protect it with your very lives. Thank you very much.
I want to say that our ancestors, many times, it appeared that they were fighting and approaching what appeared to be a finish line, only to find out that it was a mile mark. And sometimes, I feel like you know what that feels like when you're told or you're expecting to come across something that you're done with, the chemo treatment might be done, you find out that you have 6 more months.
Yeah.
I want to say that we're fighting with you tonight. We're fighting with you today. I was mentored by Uncle Benjamin Hardy, who fought with Dr. King, wrote beyond Vietnam, and I often used to say what I would do had I been alive during the time of Dr. King. And I said I'd be right behind you. And he stopped me one day when I said I'd be right behind you, say, or you would have been with me. And he brought me next to him in my mental journey, and he said, don't ever buy into the temptation to live another person's life. This is a new battle. Fight it how you want to fight. And I want to say today, as we're here with you, today, as Liberty Freedom Riders, we came to bring you a gift to tell you that we're with you. There is no gap in our mind between the old and the young. All right. There's only perceived gap. And with that, we want Brother Quincy Shannon, would you present this gift to our president, Dr. Brooks, Rosemary, Lyda, come on up. We want to present this gift to you to show, despite the bombing, we are with you. We will always be with you. And anything you need, we love, we see you, and we got you. So come on up.
So just to explain, it's a walking stick to show that sometimes when the path gets hard and you need help to walk, we are the generation who's walking beside an organization like this. And within it, it has a Gainami, which is an at-a-cross symbol, which means the supremacy of God. Because sometimes when you walk, you have to recognize that even when you can't hold yourself up with your own feet, that there is a God that we serve who will walk with us and carry us in places we can't go. So to the NAACP, the Denver Freedom Riders want you to know that we are walking with you. Even in times when someone tries to bomb and take out your legs, there are walking sticks available so that we can walk on towards justice and freedom. And with that being said, can everybody put your fists in the air? All Freedom Riders meetings, we end like this. All Freedom Riders, please stand to your feet. These were the words of Assata Shakur, who once said, Repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty